What is the Imperial News Network?
INN serves the Star Citizen community with up-to-the-minute news.
We bring the developers and events closer to the community.
And we love Star Citizen, whether we're flying with our team or with our supporters.
Imperial News Network works hard every week to bring the verse to you.
We are the community's #1 source for all things Star Citizen.
And we're glad to have you along for the ride.
Hello and welcome to no, not Inverse. What is
Inverse
that?
the
What is
Verse.
that show? What is that show? That doesn't exist.
Deprecation, man.
Now it does. welcome to Star Citizen.
Hello, welcome to Inside the Verse, the
That's
podcast
better.
from INN. Yes,
Yeah.
that is the thing.
Okay, I'm going to the intro. Screw you,
Dude,
Jake.
I'm waiting for you. You're supposed to
I
take
want
the
to
reins.
see what
This
you've
is
been
your
hyping
show.
up. I
Okay.
really want to know what you've been hyping up here.
Oh no.
Hello to all you wild old wanderers, you woefully oligarchical watchers through worlds openly wondering why often weapons win over words, why over wars widows only wither. Welcome, our week 1 Out with Words. Okay, wow. It's Saturday, March the 3rd. I just started playing World of Warcraft again, and in case you didn't notice, that intro was entirely made from W and O words. I'm impressed with myself. I'm also David. Welcome to Inside the Verse, recorded live here on twitch.tv/INNlive. Joining me today, we have Dolvac, 3/10 of a raging elephant with the intelligence of a duck, the swiftness of marmalade, the temperature of a tornado, and a beard that can make grown men cry. We've also got CCT, or Jake, or that guy up there.
Hi.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hey, who turned out the lights? Hey, who turned out the lights? Sorry, I'm distracting myself. And now, last but certainly not least, largely because he's not part of INN and is therefore a much better human being than each and every one of the rest of us here, wherever we are, we have Paul, whose banal buffoonery begets bigoted berserking buffalo. Welcome to Inside the Verse.
www. I'm sorry. Yeah. Also, the fact that you said that I'm a better human being than you, it means you obviously never watched the stream. I am a horrible human being. I don't know.
Have you seen Dolvac?
I've known Dolvac for many years, and
fantastic.
and been a thorn in his ass for many years as well. So
That's why he's always so
Reddit.
angry. You should really get out of there.
So it's comfy
Hey.
and big.
If you all can hear
That's
me,
true. Can confirm.
if you all can hear me, because apparently we're having some stream issues.
No!
Comcast is taking a big old dump on my internet today. So we're just gonna keep on trucking with the podcast, and I'm dropping frames left and right here. I'm gonna try restarting the stream, see if that works.
So I did all that.
Oh no, the audio listeners and the people watching on YouTube, they are getting that 100%. Oh, that's why. Why am I on automatic?
Twitch troubleshooting is prime audio podcast content.
Cheers to that.
Those of you who are watching, listening on the audio, welcome to INN Live.
Hello, Base. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're streaming to the base just fine. So
You're listening
we
to the
should be-
INN Live on the base.
oh no, oh no.
What's happening? What's happening, CCT? What have you
It's
done?
all the things are breaking.
We've
All of the
not had a technically good stream for like.
I think it's just the last time
All right,
Dolvac
let
did it.
me let you know. Let me give you a heads up. When you first start streaming, even if there's no way you can fix it, you are always going to have issues with streaming because.
But we've been streaming
Twitch
for a
hates-
year.
Twitch hates you. I don't know.
We've
It's
been
just
streaming. We haven't just started streaming. We've been doing this show for a year.
for a year. You've been streaming live on here for a year, which means that Twitch hates
Actually,
you.
no. I guess
No, inverse, yeah.
It might be coming
yeah.
back. Hang on. I think we're coming back. Yeah, we got it. All right.
Yes,
I think
it's
we're
working.
good.
Hello,
Working.
welcome
Hello,
back.
welcome back. Base. Oh, you know what? I'm totally muted on the base. Sorry about that, base. This is not a good day. Hi, base. How are you? Now you can hear my voice.
Can we actually go into podcast now? For the love of God.
Do you want to do the intro again? Do you want to bless their ears with that one more time?
I don't think I should.
No,
you
do
really
it.
shouldn't.
Do it.
If
do it again.
if you because the people watching the YouTube video and listening to the podcast are gonna have to hear that crap twice.
Yeah.
And I don't.
No one wants that.
No one wants that.
Let's move on. So we've got Paul here. Which finger? There. Here.
Yes.
AKA the Astro Pub.
Yeah, the Astro Pub. That's the stream. The Twitch and Twitter handle I go by is the Astro Pub. But you can call me Paul. You can call me Berserker. Just don't call me Shirley.
Surely you're joking. Okay, so you are one of those streamer-y people that do the streaming stuff.
We also do that.
I plead the fifth. But yes, no, I stream.
You stream primarily gameplay.
Yeah, I primarily stream gameplay Star Citizen. I stream other games as well. We do space games, and we've been
I've tuned in on oh god, what is the Bohemian Interactive Mars one?
Take on Mars.
That's it. Yeah, I've
with
tuned
the
in.
science guns and the.
That game is a god. I've played every Bohemian Interactive game. I'm a huge Armor fan. That thing looks like a nightmare.
Is it also a darkness pun, like "Take on Me"? But
take me.
Oh no! Wait, no, that's aha. That's not. Yeah, that's aha. Okay.
Yeah. But its abbreviation is TOM. So.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom. No one likes Tom.
Tom just breaks all the time. He's just a horrible person. No, it's a good game. It's just very much alpha and very much Bohemia. It's got the armor problems with. Yeah.
So it's a bad game that could be a good game if they had put a game into it.
Well, it's still in early access, so it's
like Assassin's Creed.
It could be a good game if
armor problems in Assassin's Creed technical problems are very, very different things.
No. Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking like broad strokes, like could be a good game, but no effort.
No, the Bohemian Interactive games are less of games and more of tool sets.
I like
Welcome to Beefcast, where we talk about games that aren't Star Citizen.
Beefcast.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Bring
it back, Beefcast. No! Welcome to the Beefcast.
I will say this: that Take on Mars is like a canvas game where it's very much what you do was the game. It's not necessarily the gameplay itself. There's gameplay elements, but it's about that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's a Kerbal Space Program kind of thing. Yeah.
So I want to ask, how did you get us back on topic because how did you start streaming? What was like? Yeah, I'm going to stream to some crazy people on the internet.
So back in 2004 and 2005, I did Halo Machinima. I was one of the first, other than.
That's a long time ago. Hang on.
Yeah, that's
a long time ago.
Yeah, it's over 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I did it. We're talking about Halo 2, and we're talking about before YouTube existed when I was doing this.
That's a long bloody time ago. Okay.
Yeah. When you had to find places to host your videos in order to
put stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah. It was I was part of the early waves there. I created a show called Outpost. First Outpost Coagulation, then called Outpost Diesel. I ran that until about 2010. I upgraded to Halo 3, and I did some Halo Reach Machinima, and then the Machinima craze started to die, and I started to get into the real world adult stuff, and so I kind of flitted away from that, and I got into other games on PC specifically, more hardcore, and a friend of mine said, hey, you should try this thing out called Twitch.
So you became a real person is what I understand.
Yeah, I became a real boy. I'm a real boy. And
yeah, it's crazy that man, RVB is really the only machinima that's still around. That's crazy.
That's super popular. There's plenty of machinima that's
also super terrible.
I mean, I'm not going to hate on RVB or Rooster Teeth because
I totally will. Fuck them.
Because they make more money than I do in a day, and they make more money in a day than I make in a year, sort of thing. So good on them for running into the ground and making tons of money.
Loads of money.
from one alcoholic to another. Congratulations. You've saved your beer money. But so I got introduced to Twitch. I decided not to get into it, and then in about a year later, I decided to get into it because I was playing a game called Kerbal Space Program, which we talked about. And so I started streaming Kerbal Space Program once a week, and it kind of a little bit wasn't that fun for me to stream at that time. The game was amazing, but I couldn't really find the niche, and still Kerbal was still like streaming, and Kerbal itself was still kind of finding itself, as it were. And then when I found out about Star Citizen, I decided that when the game came out, I would stream. And so I didn't get access. I backed when the hangar was out, but I didn't start streaming until streaming the game until about not Arena Commander. It was a little after Arena Commander. It was like November of that year of 2014, under my Berserker.
That's when I pledged.
And as a result, I started streaming it and got a lot of traction. The problem is that my name Berserker doesn't mean I'm not going for like a Viking theme in my stream. I was going for a spacebar theme, and Berserker neither screams space nor spacebar. So eventually, at the beginning of this year, I decided to rebrand myself as the Astro Pub, and but I've been streaming consistently for about 2 years now.
I feel like you like alcohol since it's in your hand and in your name, and I salute you.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was really a bartender for a while, so
nice.
You missed a really good opportunity to like totally keep the Berserker name going. Also add the Astro Pub brand, get a Viking helmet, and just be in like a crazy space drunken Viking.
Do it all at once.
Just space Viking.
Space Viking. I am not going to trudge all over Eric McKetton's there, because he is the crazy drunk space Viking, and he's a good patron of the Astro Pub, so I can't do too much. But yeah, so that's how I got into streaming.
Awesome. So you stream mainly Star Citizen?
Mostly Star Citizen. We do other games, but our primary focus is Star Citizen. Hats off to people who can stream Star Citizen 24/7, or I should say all the time, because it's really alpha. And
there's not enough content there.
You run out of things to do after a day or so.
Like someone like WTFosaurus, who can stream the game every day for like 2 years or like a year and a half or whatever, how long he's ever been doing it. Kudos to him. I couldn't do it. I would kill myself. Like there's just no, like, Star Citizen's
There's
great.
nothing to it.
I can't even watch Star Citizen streams every day, let alone actually play it.
I can't play this same game.
I can talk about it for hours every single day, because there is a absolute mountain of content to talk about. But you're standing here, gameplay wise, we're standing at the very base of the mountain, looking up and going like, that's a bloody big hill to climb.
So I'm a little selfish whenever I get angry. I'm like, why didn't you release more content, CIG? Like I enjoy the bounty system, but I'm like, I want persistence, and the reason why I want persistence is because I want to be able to do stuff for long periods of time in Star Citizen and stream it. But yes, but I'm mainly a Star Citizen streamer. I've been streaming Star Citizen almost exclusively since we started the Astro Pub, which was in January, this January, I think 16th, something like that.
Nice. So last question before we get into the news this week. Ships. What are your favorite ships? Have to.
Okay, so my favorite ship of all time is the Freelancer, because
you sir, are a gentleman and a scholar.
Yeah. I have to teach you guys the Freelancer salute, which I came up with. It's just this.
It's just this.
It's just this. It's just over the chest, and you just go Freelancer whenever you need someone.
Freelancer. Okay.
Freelancer. Yeah. And one of my other favorite ships that has learned to grow on me is the Bangstang, or the Beta.
The Mustang Beta.
Yeah, because it is forever referred to me as the Bangstang, because it is a combination of a shaggin' wagon and a muscle car. So the Bangstang. It is.
I like that. That's good.
It's the ship that oh, I always forget his name. He's in Interstellar. He's in Dazed and Confused.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it's the ship that Matthew McConaughey would fly if he was in Star Citizen. Just put it that way.
I have something to bring up. I had a thought this week.
Oh God, Dolvac had a thought.
So
everyone, cover your ears.
hunker down, get ready. All right. So you know how like they've been building out these style guides for the different ship manufacturers, right? And that's how we see different ships come along faster, right? Like that's how once we had the oh god, not the Reliant, the the Retaliator. Then we had like stuff like the Saber come along like really fast, because they used to lost the same elements and style to keep it all consistent. I don't like the MISC style, and I don't think any
You are a
real
horrible person.
listen. Aesthetically,
Listen.
Aesthetically, I think it's amazing. I don't think a real human being would like it very much. Just listen. Have you seen the seats on the Freelancer and on the Reliant? Have you seen them for a second? They have like spine nuggets that dig into you.
They're comfort cushions.
Yeah, but like I feel like if you accelerate, those things are just gonna like dig into your spine in a really bad way.
Only
Like
if you're a
seriously,
horrible
man.
person. It's like the sorting hat. It's
I
if you're
love
a
the
terrible
Reliant
person,
and that
you'll do it.
awesome rotating seat, but seriously, aftermarket or bust. I'm not sitting in that.
Dolvac said that he had the thought, and I knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, Dolvac, I'm going to say you're wrong, but it's interesting thought, but you're wrong. So
Guys,
I hate all.
guys, what color suit does Matthew McConaughey wear?
It's going to be a really bad joke, and I'm going to hate you, aren't I?
Hot pink.
All white.
So let's move on to the news right now, because I hate every single one of you damn bastards. All three of you.
Okay, let's talk about patching. Please.
Yes, patching. So CIG right now are working on a new patching system to stop the whole you have to re-download the entire bloody game every time.
Sorry. My internet loves you now, CIG. Suddenly.
I do have a question about this, and everyone knows that this is a great thing. And CCT is shaking his head because he hates this question. He hates me for asking it. But do you think that the size of patches has slowed down the growth of the game at all?
This is the type of question that
Define growth.
this is the type of question that someone on Reddit who knows nothing about anything would ask in a text post and get downvoted to oblivion.
It's the kinds of posts that someone would be very eloquent in asking on Reddit. Making it believe that they think they're very smart, coming from like PC Master Race or R Gaming.
It's not like someone trying to argue that like a kilogram of steel is heavier than a kilogram of feathers. It's like they think they know what they're talking about.
The feathers are actually heavier because you can carry a kilo of steel.
Actually,
carry a kilo of feathers.
No, listen, David. Actually, the kilo of steel, due to the density of the steel and how close the atoms are packed together, more atoms would be closer to be lower height wise.
What?
So
so patching. No,
rate of gravitational force on
patching.
the top of the steel.
It's funny because Dolvac yells at me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Show.
It would be technically heavier.
Dolvac yells at me. Dolvac yells at me for running a bad show, and then he comes up with this shit.
Dolvac was a Reddit mod, though, so I understand his argument.
No, I do seriously wonder. There are a lot of people that have said that they can't participate in things like PTUs. They can't download the patch. Think Australia. Australia has really crappy internet speeds. How many people there are kept away from the game because they can't download the patch every time? Yes, you Americans have unlimited bandwidth, but unless you're a rich idiot in Canada, you don't have unlimited bandwidth.
Or me.
Or I will say that I don't think it's necessarily holding the game back. I do think what it's doing is it's preventing some people from buying the game or downloading the game entirely, because there's plenty of people who are like, "Oh, but get the game when there's something to do," or
at least testing. All right. I'd like to see a heat map. Do you
Here's
think
the problem.
Australia
Here's the problem with this argument.
What's the problem with the argument, CCT?
The game is not done.
That's correct.
The game is not done. if you want,
we're all aware of that, Jake. The question is about development, though. You dingus.
Okay, no, but the argument
I
was
agree
just
with
made.
you, and I think your argument's dumb.
The argument was just made that it'll hinder people from getting the game, and you shouldn't get the game if you're not like able to test. You shouldn't be downloading it if you don't want to get in to test it. That's the whole point of this thing. Anyway, the question being, the original question, does it stifle development? No. The whole reason behind this patching is so they can give us the stuff that is done when it's done. The whole point of all of this is that parts of this game are being developed in tandem. So the fact that they're putting out a patch with a couple more ships and some fixes to the party system and the EVA doesn't mean all the other stuff isn't being worked on.
Yeah, no, I don't think it necessarily is hurting the development. I think it's hurting the community, but it's only hurting the community in that there are people who want to download the game who can't, which may limit the number of people who are testing the game, but they don't need a ton of people to test the game, because at a certain point you can scale. It's diminishing returns.
Yeah. They really, do you know when, like, this is weird to say, but do you know when they want the majority of the people out in the whole universe to buy this game?
Squadron 42.
Beta.
When it's finished.
Squadron 42.
I would argue that it's beta, not when it's finished, because at beta they can get a good idea of how many people are going to be coming in. And Squadron 42,
they're going to get a really good idea with Squadron 42 how many people are interested in the game.
I mean, they could do that very easily by having an open beta.
They're not going to do an open beta. Are you kidding me? They'll do a free fly week during a beta, but they won't do an open beta.
Speaking of free fly week, right now, every single flyable ship is free to fly.
Wait. Conclusion is a dumb question.
It's not a dumb question. It's just not relevant. That's what I put it.
Meaning that it's...
I'm sorry. People ask on 10 for the chairman. Okay?
People ask stupid shit on 10 for the chairman. Okay?
Yes.
There are so many stupid questions on 10 for the chairman.
So many. And I have to pick the few that are even slightly relevant.
It's not relevant.
I know.
We literally just established that it's not relevant at all.
The best. It's the best one there was. Shut up. Go die in a fire.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Calm. I'm calm. I'm not panicking. Yeah. So, another thing we found out this week, CIG consult a lot with people from UCLA, which is a university or a college. I don't know what they count as in the United States. University?
The U.
University of California, Los Angeles.
Stands for university.
You guys scare me with your colleges and universities.
We call it college. We call it college, but a university and a college are about the same thing, except for when we say university, it usually means 4-year university.
What does college mean then?
You can go to college for any length of time.
Yeah.
And like you can have a community college, or like a university can also be referred to as a college. It is a college, but like a university is not a community college ever.
School past.
Yes.
School past high school is colloquially referred to as
I can't
college.
get up. I've fallen. I can't get up. Call life alert.
You call beanies toques.
They are toques.
Only your country calls them toques.
The beanie is a goddamn beanie.
Only your country uses miles. Anyway,
no,
CIG consult with people from UCLA in regards to planets. How realistic or not realistic do you hope that planets will be?
Not very. I want them to be like Minecraft cuboids.
Cube worlds.
I want Dyson spheres. That'd be.
Do you think those will exist?
Please, CIG, please.
Isn't that what the Synth World project's about?
Yeah, but it's not a Dyson sphere.
It's not a Dyson sphere.
A Dyson sphere actually takes a significantly
A Dyson
It
sphere
closes
is
a sun entirely
Oh yeah.
and steals all of the energy put out by a
There's-
sun.
That was the episode of Star Trek that had Scotty in it.
Yeah.
Star Trek Next Generation that had
It
Scotty
was
in it.
it was a good episode.
It was.
It's also what they
He felt
were
very
thinking-
sad that all the computers were too advanced for him because he was an old man.
Scotty was. Oh man, I'm gonna cry now. Scotty was an excellent person.
But I don't think they should be like. I don't think they should stress over being realistic. I mean, I think they should try for it, but gameplay and fun first.
Yeah.
Before realism.
When it comes down to it, what's important is it meets the aesthetics of the rest of the game. So if we're like I don't necessarily think that the stations, like the modular station systems that they have right now, is necessarily realistic. But it's semi-realistic. So if they go something similar to that, it'd be fine. Or even like the landing zone is semi-realistic.
Oh man.
Like honestly, let's say if we were in a realistic future world where humans have space travel and quantum driving and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to getting large amounts of space stations out and about, I mean, like if you're going to mass manufacture things, you're going to have a standard. So it would actually make sense that the majority of parts would be a mix and match of different chunks of space stations, like all mass manufactured.
No,
that's
that
why-
makes sense. But I'm saying like it's not necessarily realistic. Like the space stations themselves are massive and like they have rotating sections because it's cool.
It's like China is working a lot on prototyping like modular houses, like 3D printed houses. Like you kind of imagine that in the future, space stations will be basically 3D printed shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but my point was that the
Gross.
aesthetic of the ships themselves or of these stations themselves
What?
isn't necessarily one-to-one realistic. So I don't expect the planets to be one-to-one realistic.
They won't
I
be,
expected this into a similar aesthetic to that.
I still like that they are consulting with professionals on the planets.
Don't they have several like people with PhDs or at least with degrees in science?
Well, I think those are the ones that they're consulting at UCLA. They're not like on CIG staff, but they
I thought they actually had like astrophysicists and such on CIG staff, which aren't actually like they're not being paid to be astrophysicists. They're like modelers and programmers. But
There
they
are,
also
I
happen
know
to have-
that there are people that they run ship designs by. I know that.
I don't know if I know that there's smart people internally that they run designs by. There was also military people that they run internal designs by, but I don't know about PhDs. I'm sure there are because CIG hire really smart, bloody people. So Star Citizen, right now it's all about combat. It's about, dogfighting and ground combat, whether you're in Arena Commander or in Crusader. But according to Ben this week, Star Citizen is eventually reaching for the kind of an Ultima Online feel of log in and just be a fisherman or hang out with friends or do whatever you want. And it's not there yet. But first question, did any of you guys ever play Ultima Online?
Yep.
What did
Briefly,
it feel like?
I actually didn't like it. I'm in love with the idea of Ultima
Question,
Online.
did you
those
play-
elements are elements in other games I always love, but it was something just about the usability of Ultima Online that didn't feel good to me.
Did you play before or after they split up the PvP or PvE servers? Because I've heard that that's a big deal.
It was I don't know, but it was probably after.
Yeah, because a lot of people have said that like when everything was one world, PvE/PvP world, that was much more engaging to some people than
because
the
like
split.
one of the coolest game experiences I ever had was playing on. Remember DayZ, right? Just bear with me for half a second, all right?
You mean
I remember
14
days.
minutes?
All right, so like back in the day, right at the height of that thing's popularity, right when that thing had exploded on the popularity, and I was an Arma player, right? So that thing was great. Me and some
14.
people,
Okay, we're done. Moving on.
No, hold on. Just listen for a second. Me and some people actually went around and joined a kind of a private roleplay server for DayZ. That sounds terrible, I know, but
Those are fun.
the point of it was everyone on there had been vetted and wasn't an asshole. And people would shoot you, but instead of I have no idea. I faked
Would you
my
would you would you like some aloe vera for that burn there, Devlin?
shit. God damn it, people. I'm trying to explain game elements to you people. Okay, so listen. So instead of having the random like clusterfuck kill fest, it devolved into like it wasn't really a specific rule, and you could still just murder people, but it was like this unspoken rule of like you should try to talk someone out of it first, right? So you'd get these actual interactions happening, and those things are most possibly the most tense moments I've ever had in a video game. And that's something I've been chasing in a lot of video games ever since that moment. And not necessarily like that formula of Daisy, because that just doesn't work really. Like there's a lot of cool things in that game, but altogether it's almost an impossible pipe dream, and a lot of it doesn't work, and it's glitchy as hell, and the zombies are not really a threat, and it's awful blah. But the element of like interaction but with the threat of losing it all is like almost like in that moment I knew what it was like to be a gambling addict. I was like, I need this in my life. It was really good.
I'm going to summarize that entire sentence, that entire long spiel that he did in 2 words.
Yeah.
He wants emergent gameplay.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for. Those 3 words.
Did you not know what emergent gameplay is?
I know what emergent gameplay is. That's not what emergent gameplay is.
That is exactly what emergent
That's
gameplay
exactly
is.
what
No,
emergent
it's not.
gameplay is.
No.
It's PvP where the gameplay comes from the interactions with the
That
characters.
is a specific type of emergent gameplay. That is not the definition of emergent gameplay, though.
No, but what you just said is in the definition of emergent gameplay.
Yes,
Right.
it is.
And there's other things about that Daisy had.
Semantics!
Semantics are important. Damn
Hi
it.
guys, I'm taking over again. We're moving on because I hate you all.
Wait, how were we talking? Were we just talking about
Fast Cart in chat says you guys are crabby. Rolo Kip says, well, better than being shellfish. So
Moving on.
CIG, you're actively testing 2.3 right now.
What does that mean?
It means that I think
It means they know what's going to be in 2.3.
Yeah.
Okay. Which they haven't told us yet. Wow, they've not told me. They've not told you.
They've not
Or they
told us.
you. They've not told me.
They've not told me.
They've not
Okay.
told us. They don't tell us things beforehand, by the way. We don't get insider information.
That'd be nice.
It would be
Sometimes.
great.
Most of the time, we don't.
But one, I'm still thinking for 2.3, it's either going to be Persistence or Star Marine.
I don't think persistence coming in.
No.
No,
What do
they're
you
still
think? What do
working
you-
on, because the language that they're using with persistence is it's coming out so soon. It's coming out real soon, which tells me that whenever they use that language, people assume that means the next patch. In my mind, we've all been around CIG long enough to know when they say so soon, it's like, all right,
6
so we're
months.
waiting like 3 months minimum, sort of thing.
Okay, then here's the question. Going around all 3, starting with Paul. Paul, what do you think is in 2.3?
Improvements on the bounty system, on that kind of stuff. I think they'll also increase the
What's the big thing? Like,
maybe voxelization of asteroids.
might be a bit too early for that because that's supposed to come with mining.
Yeah, but not necessarily mining, because they will be tiering things in. What we might probably get is more FPS mechanics. Like the most common, the most possible thing is maybe Star Marine, but they haven't talked about it. And usually they talk about what they're going to do before they add it in. So I don't know what the next big thing is, but I don't think persistence is there.
Dolak, what do you think? 2.3.
At least one new ship. I don't think it'll be Starfarer. It'll probably be the Reliant. Possibly Scout to Flyable. Obviously, it won't have the flight changing mechanic doohickey. Might have basic level flying. Who knows? I can say no on that one, actually. Probably not flyable. Probably no new ships flyable. Probably at least one new ship to hangar. Probably the Reliant. Probably not the Starfarer. And I'm going to say Kasaba Outlet, shopping not working, but the environment in.
Scout will be flyable. Reliant and the Starfarer will be in hangar. And that's it.
That
Everything
sounds
else
like
is up in the air.
optimism to me, Jake, and we all know where that gets us.
Everything else is up in the air. Everything else. But
Here's the problem: is that in the short term, CIG doesn't give us good estimates.
no,
and
if I was optimistic, the Herald would also be included in that.
the Herald's supposed to have been done months ago, but it hasn't.
It got put on hold for the Scout.
I will say what the major thing that they might add in, which they've been talking about, they haven't really touched on, kind of like how they did with the reputation system, is some sort of early implementation of grabby hands. Like
we haven't heard about grabby hands in a long time, to be honest.
By grabby hands, though, what I mean is like being able, like the push pull mechanic, where you're like some early ability to get out of your ship and just kind of push off of a ship. Oh no, maybe the use button going away.
The use buttons, I still think the use button's actually a bigger fix. They've said that they're working on it, but it's hard coded into CryEngine.
Yeah,
Yep.
Like that's an entire system change.
Oh, duh.
All right.
Duh, we might see some of the new weapons.
We will see
Yeah,
new
we'll definitely
weapons
see
and
new weapons.
shields. Shields.
Yo. We got 5 minutes. Let's hammer out this.
I
crap
got
here.
one more. There's one more thing I really want to hit. Excuse me. This week in news. If you want more news, there's other ways to get news from us. But
There'll be a post going up right after this podcast, or it might already be up. I don't know.
It's not up yet. I still have to edit it a bit, but I'm going to do that
This
right
is what
after.
happens when we have guests. We have guests. We have to spend 10 minutes talking to them about their crap.
yeah.
We don't care. We don't care about you as a person. Get out of
Nobody
here.
cares
No.
about us. Okay.
We care. We care.
All right.
It's good to have someone that's not us three bastards. Anyway, INN CitizenCon. CitizenCon is
It's happening, yo.
CitizenCon is happening. Tickets go on sale next week. Subscribers get a pre-sale, which happens in 6 days, which is Thursday.
$45.
$45. The event is the location is the Avalon Hotel, Hollywood, California. It's the same place as CitizenCon 2014. Tickets are $45. The last time they had it there, they sold 600 tickets. The question is going to be, is that the hard limit?
They said the same number of people, I think.
That's the
So
number that
600.
they had at last year's CitizenCon in the
As
UK.
well. And
had-
they sold more. Like they opened up the concierge later for people who like canceled, right?
Yeah. So they're selling it to subscribers first this time.
Here's the question, though: are they going to sell only a certain number to subscribers? Because I think there would be so much anger if they sold it to subscribers first, and
it's an event for people that pay in.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, there is no notification that subscribers get early, and the only people who got the notification are the subscribers themselves.
No,
So-
they said it on RTV.
They said it on
Did I say
TV.
it? Okay.
Yeah, it's been announced, and we have announced it ourselves, and
we're all going to be
really.
there.
Yeah, basically, what I'm trying to say here is INN will be there. Myself, Dolvac, CCT, Mr. White, probably Wolf, Nakara, CS.
We're gonna kidnap Sarah. We'll kidnap Sarah.
Basically, INN's going to be there in droves. So you want your interview, you want to talk with INN, you want to punch me in the face because I'm an
You
asshole.
want to smell Dolvac's pits?
We're good. I'm actually sweating right now because it's so hot right now. It's seriously like 90 degrees outside, and I can't have my fan on.
And where he lives, it's not just 90 degrees; it's 90 degrees plus humidity.
Oh yeah, it's Tennessee, so it's like massive.
So
humidity.
yeah, CitizenCon 2016. INN will be there. We'll be covering it.
You
Join us.
said, Syrup. You said you were coming.
Yeah, seriously.
Get out of here. All right.
Oh wait, CS says that they're selling half to subs, half to general public.
Okay, that makes more sense to me.
And then they'll probably open up the rest of them if people don't buy up the sub amount as
Yeah.
well.
They're gonna go fast.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna let you guys know, like let people who watch know. I'm planning on going, and I'm gonna do everything short of treason to get tickets. And I think there's going to be plenty of people who are like me, who are content creators, who are going to do so. And we easily have 600 content creators or people who want to be content creators who want to go to CitizenCon, who live in the North American area. So
INN basically has 600 content creators inside itself that want to go. Like,
so yeah, you're gonna like if you want a chance to get it, you're gonna want to get
subscriber,
but get subscriber for whatever, at least for this month, so you can get that early access, that early version, and you take the day off of work or school or whatever, just so you can be at that computer to get it. Because CSU site's going to crash. You have to be in there the very first one, and it's going to crash.
2 minutes actually, break time.
Actually, it wasn't that bad. I think I remember the last two Citizen Cons. It took like a day to sell out.
The difference is that the last two Citizen Cons were in Europe.
Yeah.
No. I mean the last two Citizen Cons.
Yeah, the last two were in the.
No.
2014 was.
Los
in LA.
Yeah, so
last was this place.
Ago.
Yeah.
Then again, remember that's
smaller group of people.
It's a much smaller group of people. I'm honestly kind of worried about their venue. It's the same venue as the last time, and they've got double the number of subscribers to Star Citizen. 2 years ago, they had just launched Arena Commander.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing to the game 2 years ago. Now
there was less than 500,000 citizens too, or half.
And now there's over 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly hope that there's like some doors that they can open up, that they're going to sell more than 600 tickets or something, because 600 isn't enough.
Mm-mm.
We'll be going one way or another.
It's not really up to them though.
I think what Iris is trying to say is that he wants the community to be able to participate, not just the people like myself or like INN who will be there because we're going to find ways to be there.
We will literally skin people's dogs and hold them at ransom to get tickets.
Disco will be kidnapped and held hostage.
Yeah,
I know where Disco lives.
And with that lovely note, let's take a break. And
INN, skin and dogs.
When we come back, some more hot skin and dog action.
Bring us your questions.
Bring us your questions. We're going to answer some questions about Star Citizen. For the love of God, people, keep in mind, we are not developers. We just know a whole lot about this game.
We just spend way too much time with it.
You can also ask us about what we do, because we do things.
Ask us about what he does.
Yeah, you can also ask Astro Pub questions about his stuff.
Especially if you guys are interested in getting into streaming or YouTube, that kind of stuff. I know
he's the one who signed up for this.
Yeah.
I volunteered for this. I volunteered as tribute. Okay.
All right. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I gotta unmute them though. Now they can talk.
Hello.
Now we can
They
talk?
can only talk when I let them.
Yes,
It's the
CCT has
problem.
got has the ultimate power here for this
True.
podcast.
It's very true. It's really only because I'm the one who has an expert license. It's the only reason why.
Yeah, it is. It's the only reason he's here.
Yep.
The only reason Jolvac is here is because he's another person with a beard.
Yeah, he has to fill the beard quota.
Is he frozen? No, his fan's going.
No.
His fan's going. His eyes are blinking.
He's looking at us.
They're like, stop.
Don't. Okay, guys. It's question time. Hey, who turned out the lights? Hey, who turned out the lights? Hey,
Fast Car asks, did any of you buy a dog tag?
Nope.
I have a second fleet dog tag.
I'm not interested in Squadron 42 branded stuff. I'm not interested in dog tags, and I'm not spending $15 on it.
What?
Dude,
I got a
Squadron 42.
sweet Squadron 42 t-shirt. It's awesome.
I don't like dog tags. So that's.
I don't like dog tags. I don't want a dog tag. It's all way too militaristic for me. It's all rah army.
No, I'm totally on that boat. I'm totally there. I just don't like dog tags.
Yeah, I'm not. I like the concept of Squadron 42 because I've been wanting another Wing Commander or another Mass Effect for a while.
Don't get me wrong. I love the concept of Squadron 42. I can't wait to play it. I'm not interested in Squadron 42 specific merchandise.
Paraphernalia?
What?
Yeah,
Nah, get out of here, man.
I like
come
the
out-
patches, but that's about it.
But you come out with like a Squadron 42 shirt. No, I don't want that. You come out with a Squadron 42 like sweat jacket thing. I don't really want that.
The Squadron 42 logo is cool, and it's like so Wing Commander reminiscent. I'm so on board.
Fast
Also,
car.
I just
Question.
realized that my dog tag also matches my patch. Second Fleet.
Question. Do any of you have the new space plant that came out Friday? Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And I have
All
the one
this
that comes
back
out
before
Monday.
the Space Planet, so.
Oh yeah. When did you back, Paul?
I backed in August of 2013. I would have backed earlier, but interesting story. I'd always been wanting a game like Star Citizen. Everyone has the story. Everyone says that they've always wanted a game like Star Citizen. But I actually was in the process. I made a promise to my teenage self that if by the time I was 25, if they had not made a game like Star Citizen, like open
make it
world
yourself?
MMO, I'd make it myself. And so I was in the process of starting the design documents for this game, and I explained it to a friend of mine who was trying to get on board to help out, and he said, "So Star Citizen." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, the dude who made Wing Commander is making a game called Star Citizen, which you just described as Star Citizen." And I didn't look. I said, "Oh, I'm not going to bother looking up to it. I'll back it when the first wave drops, like when a game comes out." Because I was like, I'm not going to back a game on hopes and dreams alone. I'll wait until I can see some content. And so the Hangar released. I saw from Scott Manley the Hangar release, and so I backed the game right as the Hangar released. So the Hangar module released. So I'm a backer since 2013. But because I've been a backer since 2013, I'm considered a new backer. I actually backed before 18 million. So
You're new.
I'm new.
You're
yeah.
so new.
I'm still
Because-
the newest.
Yes.
We have yet to have anyone on this show that is a newer backer than me.
It's true. It's kind of disappointing, CC.
Even Wolf
Yeah.
backed before I did. See, okay, here's the thing. Until I started this whole writing about games thing, where it's kind of my job now to play whatever, even if it's garbage. I was a very try before you buy type of person. And so I waited until a free fly week. So then I tried it. I'm like, oh my god, this game is beautiful. And then I pledged. My first ship was a Mustang Beta, which I promptly upgraded to a Phoenix.
Bang Stang.
But I still have a Bang Stang.
Yes,
It's just a standalone ship now.
I was going to say that's a proper upgrade from a Bang Stang to a Phoenix. The next thing you upgrade, that's an 890 jump. That's the kind of progression.
Yeah, that's the progression.
Jake, you had an 890 at some point, right?
I did not. No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Nope. I missed that one. I totally would have gotten one, but I do not.
You
have
have
one.
you have an Idris though,
I do.
so that makes up for it.
That's like.
I feel like I'm weird because I'm the only person who's like, I don't want an Idris. Everyone's like, oh, I want it. How could you not want an Idris? Because it looks like a giant money sink that is probably going to be terrible unless you have like 50,000 who are.
I want to land in one. I want someone I know to own one.
Yeah, I want to walk around.
That's all I want.
You know how. I've used this analogy like 100 times. You know how like Jay Leno just buys cars because he just wants all of the cars?
What you're trying to tell me is you're Cliffy? You're
He's a
you're-
less
You got it.
rich Cliff.
Yeah, he's a less rich Cliff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rich, less successful, less good looking, intelligent.
It's the beard. He's got that southern draw though. I can't compete with that.
Well, so
He also has that ridiculous engineering background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And more money than most of us ever see. in
Ever
our
will
lives.
have. Yeah.
I'm destined to basically be like the Jeremy
been, like-
Clarkson of Star Citizen, just a complete asshole.
Okay.
And like
So we're all
lots of
concierge here, right?
fancy spaceships. That's
Yes.
Right?
Concierge.
Yeah, we're all
Concierge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
concierge.
Yep. I'm like on the higher end, right? Concierge. Cliff has probably like
$40,000.
10 times.
If you
Okay,
take
15
Cliff-
times
here's-
the
here's
amount.
thing. If you get rid of Cliff, because he's been on this show, he probably has more ships than everyone else
not
who's
been
ever
on
been
this
on this
show.
show. He has.
No.
Have you never
He
had
hasn't
Cliff?
been on
I'm
this.
He's
gonna
not
have
been
version
on
of
the
show.
live. He's been on.
He's been on streams, yeah, just not.
Yeah.
not
No, he's been on the old
podcast.
podcast.
The old podcast. I'm just
I'll have
saying.
to beat him up and get him to get on here. So
Yes, he's
Well, I mean,
probably
he's-
got more ships than everyone who's ever been on this show
probably
Combined.
He has 2 of every ship.
combined.
He has
Yeah,
2 of
I know.
every ship.
No.
I know. I've seen his document.
No.
Anyway,
Wolf.
we're moving on.
Accelerate has been on this show.
Yeah, Accelerate.
Oh yeah.
Wolf
And-
is of
Wolf
power
is-
to be
Wolf is-
feared.
Yes. Wolf
But
is
he's
awesome.
up there with Cliffy.
Moving on. So Zeus Anoxia says, it's fair to say you guys are really invested in Star Citizen. That being said, what, if anything, can CIG do now or in the future for any of you to put down the game and never play it again?
I've answered this question several times, and I'll take it real quickly. If it does not come out into beta within 2 years from now, I will probably never play the game. The reason why is because after a certain point, other games will come out, they'll take my interest, and CIG has to start doing progression. If they don't have progression with actual features, not just myself, but other people will start walking away from the game.
This is, I only partially heard it. This is Zeus's question, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I think I'll always come back to it.
Yeah,
It's like Warcraft.
I don't know if I'd ever completely leave it, but I would like.
Well, I mean, we do know that they're releasing Squadron 42 this year, so that's...
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think it's going to happen, but it's one of those things, like, it has to... They have to really come out. Yeah, whenever they say Squadron 42 is coming out this year, you can see Disco Lando doing this.
Yes.
Yeah, so
He's done that on our podcast like 100 times.
When it comes to when it comes down to oh, what am I saying?
I don't know. No one knows.
No. So like, if something that would cause me to lose all interest, would be bad world building, which nothing we've seen has been anything short of fantastic thus far. But if we were to get Squadron 42 and it was like a complete 180 from what they've been doing, and it's a complete other direction of just like, in space, kill the Vandal aliens because they're bad guys, I'd be like, I'm so not in this anymore. It's not going to be that because because the amount of like world building that they have just in random write-up documents and like the star map is that amount of like lore and background eclipses other games entirely.
The Benny's machines have lore.
They do.
I'm not even kidding. The Benny's machines have a write-up.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so good. And that's the kind of thing I thrive on in games. Like, hey, do you want to have a conversation about Warcraft lore? I will occupy the next 10 years of your life.
That is actually a good point. Is that I had a friend of mine who's really heavily invested into BattleTech, and he's been invested in BattleTech for a long time. So
he must be actually pretty happy that with
that
recent
BattleTech's
announcements
coming out, and he's a hardcore player. He used to be a hardcore player of MechWarrior Online and stuff like that. And so when I talked to him about Star Citizen, he got psyched, and then his hype just kind of dropped. And I was like, well, what's the matter? He's like, because there's no lore. Like, at the time, there was lore, but it was very bare bones. And it was very bare bones. And nowadays, it's like I talked to him about it, and he's like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of information, and there's lots of cool
Is
stuff.
your friend actually an idiot?
We're talking 2013, okay? We're talking about like
still actually. You know what? In 2013, I was doing. In 2013,
beef.
No. Ah!
No, I agree with your friend, but like that world building is incredibly critical to my enjoyment of an MMO.
Yeah.
It's not important at all to my enjoyment of a game, but if it's going to be a game, I'm going to be playing for 500 hours, 1,000 hours, 10,000 hours, something
it's
like
why
that.
I still play Warcraft.
Yeah, exactly.
10 years later, I still play Warcraft.
So here's a question.
It's the difference between building a map, a really cool map for a game, and then building a world. Yeah.
Here's the thing that kind of ties into what we've been talking about. The opposite of why would we stop? Uffman asks, what's the feature or features coming up in the near far future?
The near far future.
The near or far future that'll make you want to play SC every waking hour.
Persistence.
Star Marine.
Being able to actually have, like, I go out and do a mission and I get UEC and keep the UEC when I log out.
I say this all the time, and I would have agreed with you, Dolvac, a while ago, that Star Marine would be the thing that I want and would keep me coming back, but why I wanted Star Marine is because I wanted FPS and flight mechanics to be one and together, and they are.
That's not why I want that.
I want Star Marine.
I know, that's
want
why
the
I'm saying
competitive
I
shooter
want it.
aspect.
No, I'm with David. The reason I want Star Marine is because I want to get really, really upsettingly and deeply distressingly good.
Yeah.
At Star Citizen in all aspects.
I used to
I won't
play
be that guy who
I used to play COD professionally. I want to get to that point again. I want to just destroy people.
Okay. In before we continue, before the concern thread that David said he played Call of Duty professionally, and people confusing you guys being for developers, and so they'd be like, FPS is going to be Call of Duty confirmed.
Because we are developers, right? We're developers.
Every time someone has said something like that, usually if it ends up eventually on the forums, it usually ends up in a concern thread. So please go make Disco Landed's life difficult. Go
I am a developer. CIG pay me to say this. I am saying that Star Marine will be exactly like Call of Duty confirmed.
Here's the twist.
Yes.
Listen.
Here's
the twist. The flight model is going to be like Call of Duty. It's just like you have a gun that just kind of does this back and forth, and like in front of you, you hold shift and you just kind of aim and do this. Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Why is that a thing in all first-person shooters?
I don't know.
They carry their guns like this.
That's like, you need armor because they do like normal shit where the gun's just kind of like down here somewhere, and they're just kind of holding it like a normal human being and running.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you're never holding it like a normal human being in Call of Duty. You're holding it like this. Because you can always see the gun in your field of view. Hold your hand down by your belly button and look straight. Can you see your hand?
And if
then you can't see your bloody gun.
If you're not aiming down sights in Call of Duty, you're straight up like dooming it, where you're holding it like out of your chest, like that.
No, you're holding it like the animations. You're holding it on your chest, but when you see the bullets are coming out of your forehead.
Yeah,
like you see the flash, the muzzle flash, and then the bullets are coming out of the forehead.
All right, more people questions.
No, I miss the good old days where a gun could just come straight out of your chest and you can't aim it up or down.
Like. Fire Spike's asking about stupid question bot.
I just realized something. Hold on. We in FPS games, we went from doing this kind of bob to this kind of bob. In Doom, you bob like this. Mm-hmm. Now we do this kind of bob. That's it.
So to like Half-Life.
When you're flying your ship, it's going like this.
Yes.
Vertically now. That's the next.
Yeah, it's
okay.
This is hey audio listeners. That was the best part of this podcast for you.
Sorry,
guys.
I apologize to anyone listening to this on
Just
audio.
Imagine wildly swinging a weapon.
And as crazy as you can imagine, like
imagine
David's
us being
upside down right now. He's flinging the weapon around with his feet.
Yeah. I'm quite talented with my feet.
Jacob is bashing his head against the wall with a gun sticking out of his back. I mean, that's the kind of thing we're showing right now. That's why you got to watch the live stream.
Also, real quick,
so Firespike says, have you heard that SQB has had to leave the community for a while? Yes. I actually have heard that, and it's depressingly sad because SQB is one of the best members of the Star Citizen.
Got life stuff.
Yep, life stuff happens to all of us. It's why Nakara hasn't been around much. It's why people.
You had a little thing for a while.
I had a thing for a while. Yeah, life happens to everyone. It's really sad when it does, but life happens.
People come back. They'll come back eventually.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's not dead. He might be okay. Look, he might be dead. But his hatred and disgust
will live on forever.
Will live on in all of
us. The fact that he is a certified asshole means he's too stubborn to die. He can't die. He's going to live on until he's 110, just so he can spite everybody who he pissed off.
To bring back his legacy, just remember him as he was Next time you see a stupid question, you call that person a piece of shit. All right. And the legacy of SQB.
SQB is
on.
stupid question bot.
AKA Artemus. If you guys play
AKA the most
Man,
ornery
we have some new people
bastard
in the
that's
chat.
ever been on Reddit.
Hello, new people. You guys haven't been around very long, have you?
SQB is the only person I've ever banned who was like, yeah, you kind of deserve that one.
Okay, so Killick12 says HOTAS or dual sticks. And this is actually something I want to try.
Dual sticks. He spelt it D-U-E-L, so we have
Dual
to
sticks.
fight the sticks.
No. This is actually something I really want to try and see if it can be done. I actually want to have a HOTAS on my left, full HOTAS on my left, and a single stick on my right. So dual sticks for like combat, and then throttle HOTAS for out of combat. And I'm wondering if that could work.
Here's what you do. Oh, Sprinkles.
Whoa. Who's crinkling? Stop it!
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You get. So what you do is you have two monitors, right? And you have two setups. One in front of you, one behind you, inverted, with two different control setups. So you have like mouse and keyboard here.
Behind
you? You got like HOTAS there, and you have monitors, but it's cloned. So like you're in your ship, and then it's like I gotta get on foot. So the monitor's being outputted, and like all the control methods. So you just turn around, and now you're on foot.
But what if I just have VR? What if I just turn around and VR?
Well, no, that wouldn't really work. You have another VR helmet.
I'm just using this for on foot. Once I figure out how to get it programmed for Star Citizen, that's my plan. Yeah.
I hate those things. Those things.
It's amazing. I absolutely love it. It's
what's
most
up with the little fucking thumb nipple? Bullshit.
The thumb nipples you don't use.
You don't use it.
It's
why is
basically
it there? Is it just there to be erotic? I don't know. What's the point?
It's
actually
it's so that when you play the mini game where you have to rub your nipples really hard in space to you've got the nipple.
Isn't it so comfortable though? Like the shape of it is so comfortable.
You go to a CD bar on Nick's and you just like and you talk to some NPC and then the objective comes up. It's just massage
your nipples in front of somebody.
Quest objective.
Ufkaman says, question, if you had control over what's offered as subscriber flare, what kind of items would we expect? In order, CCT, if you were in charge of subscriber flare, glasses. Okay. Dolvac.
A cheap model of Disco
Hey,
Lando.
just because I'm wearing my sweet shades does not mean that I cannot answer this question about subscriber flare.
Goddamn piece.
Okay, Jake, answer the question.
Get out of here.
I'm trying to get an Overwatch
Is it
beta
the
key right
Borderlands
now.
logo and
What?
They're Overwatch glasses.
It's not going to happen. They don't love us.
I know. So I want more things like the Vandal skull thing or the claw or whatever it is.
The claw.
I'm thinking Vandal skull because that's what's in the weapon shop, but just like random trophies and things that you find.
Also, is it kind of fucked up to have like trophies of a sentient creature?
I mean,
not when they kind of see them as barbarians.
Yeah, but like you don't see like World War II veterans coming home with like Nazi heads.
They're
like,
not a different species, though.
They're not different species. It'd be more like having like a Neanderthal skull on display in your house.
Or no, actually,
no, it's more like that's
it's like
thing.
It's like if velociraptors were a dominant race on the planet now.
Not sentient though. Also, I'm pretty sure Vandals don't eat us.
We don't know that yet.
I just find out. Okay, hold on.
Okay, I'm done
Well,
chilling for Overwatch.
you have to pick one CIG developer to get eaten by a Vandal. Who is it? I don't mean like in a game. I mean actually get eaten by a real Vandal. Right?
Disco Lando.
Agreed. Disco Lando.
Wow.
Disco Lando.
Disco Lando.
Disco Lando. Sorry, Lando.
Yep, Disco Lando confirmed eaten by a Vandal.
But I want him to be eaten whole so he can like document the experience and then tell us how that works.
My life.
He gets like
Vandal
he has like a little glass capsule. He puts the note in and just leaves it. And gets the other end.
Stoughton
Yeah,
PR says,
poops out,
question,
and then we get the capsule, and then
what modules can you think of for the Crucible?
repair modules.
I mean, a stripper
Resupply.
module. I don't know.
I want like a ramming.
Yeah, a
Like, I want
rearming
the thing to
module.
be like a boarding ship where it's just the front two little nuggets are just spikes,
Oh,
and then you just
yeah.
and then you use the cutting arms to cut open the ship.
Okay.
And then you
Okay.
just board.
So like I had an idea, like I was tempted to enter the next Great Starship contest with a couple friends of mine because they came up with a concept for or I was tempted to enter it. The problem was I didn't have we had a good concept, but we hadn't like fleshed it out, so we didn't enter it. But we came up with this concept we called the can't remember the name of it. The Corvus. We called it the Corvus, whose sole job was to take the front. You took the front of the ship, you rammed it into the side of an enemy ship, and the front would open up, and you'd let the troops disgorge from the front.
That's kind of like what's the Vanduul ship, the Vanduul border looks like, I think.
Yeah,
right?
so it's because the idea is that you punch a hole in the side, just because that's what the Corvus, the actual Corvus, did for
I was
the
about to
Romans.
say I
Okay.
was about to, the words "I want to get rammed via Vanduul" were about to come out of my mouth, and they still managed to anyway.
Yeah, they did. So Zeus Anoxia says, question, what do you think Foundry 42 UK will be tasked to do after Squadron 42 Episode 1 is released?
Squadron 42
Episode 2.
Content creation and
That's what
content
Austin
creation
is
for Star
doing.
Citizen. No, but they're probably gonna jump on that, and they're also probably gonna jump on more ship commercials.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to be working on episode 2. They've already done most of the reporting for episode 2 in terms of like live capture, as far as I understand, or the the motion capture, right? Or did they only do motion capture for
Only episode 1.
Okay, but I mean, I guarantee you they'll be working on episode 2. They might do some small like DLCs for episode 1, where like you'll have like hidden missions or something like that, secret missions pack, and then they'll do.
It's going to
episode 2.
wait for episode 2 because like. Keep in mind, anyone who backed before, what was it, like 20-something million gets episode 2
Episode 2 free.
free. That's a big deal when the episodes are as big as they are. This isn't like a Telltale Games episode. This is a full game episode.
It's not Half-Life 2 episodes. This is
Yeah.
Guys,
This is
all right.
Mass Effect 1.
This
Mass Effect
is
2.
this is the problem. It's because I love Chris Roberts, but he lived in a little gaming bubble for a while he made the movies, and was not aware of the episodic boom that happened like 4 years ago. So when he says episode, in his brain, he's thinking Star Wars.
Yeah, episode 1, 2, 3.
When
Not or episode 4, 5,
it
6.
means something
not,
totally different in the video game universe.
Yeah.
We should be thinking this is going to be Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Or something like
Dragon
that.
Age 1, 2, 3.
Dragon Age.
Or
BioWare
For a
games.
while, he called it. he tried to call it Chapter 1, 2, and 3. The answer is he probably needs to change the name.
Just say
from
part.
Part 1,
Part 1,
2,
Part 2,
3.
Part 3.
Even
And then-
part
well,
no,
and then
just
say the
just
sequel.
say it's the first
1,
this
2,
is
and
the
3.
first
Just
game. It's
1, 2, and
2,
3. Yeah.
It's or you can give it a sub. You can change the name for 2 and 3. Here's the thing: he's doing basically what StarCraft 2 did, which was they had one game and they broke it into 3.
Yeah.
This same concept. They had one game. They have one game. They're going to break it up to 3. Once they built
Hey,
the basic.
Fastcart, you're a dummy because you think that Mass Effect 3 was bad. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was.
Mass Effect
Okay, I actually have a question here. All right, this is actually
I disagree with both of you. Mass Effect.
the
3.
fact that I have a question. Okay, no,
I
hate
disagree
you.
with that too. You can't think
Off
of
with you.
questions.
Listen,
I've got a question.
Listen, this is actually good. How long do we think the content that is specific to Squadron 42, ships, areas, like locales, will stay specific to Squadron 42, and how long do we think that stuff will hit the PU after the release of Squadron 42?
like
It's not going to
months.
stay specific.
No, like all of the stuff that's in Squadron 42 is in the universe.
Yeah.
and they're
I
going to
know.
use the same.
I know, but
same
like
models because
I know. That's what I'm saying. How long do we think they will import all that?
Oh, you
stuff?
mean like the events?
immediately.
No, not
No,
the
you're talking
events.
about like the Schumann mining
The locations.
center
He's
and
like
talking about
locations, like all the content.
Immediately.
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 So you think that
Like-
the second Squadron 42 launches, there will be an update to the Star
Maybe
System
not the
to you.
second,
Not the
but
second,
like the
but
next
not-
That's
update.
what immediately means.
Dolak, shut up. You know
Immediately
what I mean?
after the release, meaning at the next patch after that for Star
Basically,
Citizen.
yes. There's not going to be like a 6-month waiting period. It's going to be as soon as it's ready to go, it's going. And that's going to be immediately. It's all going to be there. They're going to expand the universe. They're not
Now,
going
I
to
don't-
hold out on
I don't
expanding.
think we'll necessarily see the Shubin Mining Center right away. The content will be in the game, but we may not be like where. I don't know exactly. Does it still take place in Vegas Center or something like that? I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
But
Open.
we may not have
We don't know, but we know the game opens.
in Vega. Okay, so we don't know where the game takes place, and where it could take place could not be in game yet. You know, like we could still only have the Stanton system. We probably will only have the Stanton system when it comes out. So it'll be available in the game, but we won't have access to those systems yet because they won't be built. So it'll be in the game, but it won't be available until they've built all of the other systems that connect to it.
Apparently,
That makes sense.
Lando is streaming right now.
He does that occasionally. So Fast Cart, one of the last questions before we get to housekeeping. Probably got time for just a few more, but Fast Cart asks, are any of us taking Thursday or Friday off to get a CitizenCon ticket?
Yeah,
do it from work.
I'm planning on taking at least part of
What
the day
time
off.
do they? What time do they go live?
10 a.m.
PM
Pacific.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Pacific,
10
which is 5 p.m. GMT.
Wait, 10 p.m. Pacific?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. So that's 7. Wait, no, that's 10, 11, 12. 1.
What
Yeah,
day
that's
is
1
this
o'clock.
Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday and Friday. So Thursday it's 10 a.m. Pacific or 5 p.m.
For
GMT.
subscribers.
For subscribers, and on Friday it's 10 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. GMT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I normally don't work Thursdays, so
I work Thursday, but I'll get it from work.
I work. I
About to
I've got a
find out if I
laptop.
work.
that is like chore day.
Yep. More questions.
Yeah, we've got
Also,
time for
Mass Effect 3, y'all can go suck a ween.
it all went downhill.
I don't like Mass
1.
Effect 3. I don't like
Mass Effect 1 was the best.
No, I also
Mass
don't like
Effect 1 was good. Mass Effect 2 was better in terms of story because it was a little bit more focused. The gameplay was good, but the exploration value was terrible. And Mass Effect 3 was an improvement on Mass Effect 2. The problem was that a lot of people thought that the ending was paramount, and they didn't like the ending. I thought the ending made sense. I think the reason why people didn't like the ending is because at the end, it pretty much says, hey, guess what? Almost everything you've done is boiled down to 3 choices. And as messed up as that sounds, or 4 choices technically, and as messed up as that sounds, that's life, folks. Sometimes you can do everything you can in the universe, and you only have 4 choices at the end.
I thought it was poetic.
Yeah, and it's very like at the end of the game, you make a choice, and it impacts everything. But yeah, I like the ending for that reason because I didn't think it was very. I think a lot of people got angry about it because it wasn't.
I just thought that the game itself wasn't as fun as 1 or 2.
Best or worst. 2, 3, 1.
No, disagree
Correct.
completely. Ufkman says, question, what role not mentioned by CIG would you like to eventually see in Star Citizen?
I like Fire Spike's answer to this question.
What role in terms of game?
Oh, wait, that's good. Nice one, Fire.
Uh...
I want a cook. I still want food to matter.
Oh, speaking of which, friggin' Lando is streaming Mass Effect 1 right now.
Wait, is
He actually he tweeted earlier that he never played any of the Mass Effects and that he had to remedy that.
I loved Ben's response to that, which was, you have to play a female Mass Effect because I heard she said that her voice acting is better than the male.
No,
is.
he made
I know, but he said
statement.
female Mass Effect.
Oh,
He made the
didn't
factual
say female
statement that
Mass
the
Effect.
female
Female
Mass
Mass
Effect
Effect.
is superior.
It
Jennifer
is.
Hale is superior.
That's the proper name. Mass Effect Shepard.
the female
Mass
Mass
Effect
Effect
Shepard.
is better.
Mass Effect Shepard.
That's
Shepard
the
was
default. When you
Shepard was
make a
supposed to be
character, it
female,
says
period.
first name Mass Effect, last name Shepard.
Shepard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
See, Mass Effect is actually their mother's maiden name, and like it was a whole weird thing where like
It's a whole thing.
the parents got divorced, and I didn't know, and the
ended
father
badly.
father was abusive. He didn't know if he wanted to keep the name. It was fucking weird. No one talks. Don't bring that up.
I've got a scale model of the Normandy around here somewhere, but I don't know
I'll be
where
right
it
back.
is.
You just have so many scale models. You just
I
can't
do. I like models.
I'm going to answer the question as well and say that that there's two that I'm hoping. One is selfishly is bartender, and the other one is
Well, they talked about that though.
they've also talked about cook.
That's a thing.
So you get to prepare food on like the Genesis Starliner and stuff like that. The other one I want to, it's like an actual gameplay element for is fence, being able to fence stolen goods. Because it makes sense to kind of bridge the trading.
I thought you meant like French sword fighting.
Yes.
And I was like, what are you talking about?
French sword fight. No, like the fence, like fencing goods. So
yeah.
So it makes sense because it bridges the trading occupation and smuggling occupation with the pirate occupation. So it's kind of you're the middle person between that. So
dude, all that stuff has been in previous Chris Roberts games.
Yeah, but I mean, like they haven't specifically talked about a fence sort of profession, like mechanics for fencing, yet.
I'm back.
So, I'm just saying that the two occupations were bartending and being a stolen goods fencer.
I want to be able to rent ships.
I want to be
like being able to rent other people's ships or rent ships yourself.
Yes.
Should we go to housekeeping?
Yep. It's time.
It's time for housekeeping. I have 3 things I want to. Okay, let's. Where are we going to start?
First, no.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
start with our guest.
Yeah.
David. Yeah, David. Jeez, David. God.
Mr. Astro Paul Astro
Mr. The, thank you.
Mr. The.
For those of everyone who did not catch the beginning of the show and people who want to find all your stuff, what do you do and where can we find it?
I am a terrible live streamer. I'm the best live streamer in the world. No,
Same.
I'm a live streamer. I stream at the Astro Pub on twitch.tv/the Astro Pub. You can also find me on Twitter at the Astro Pub. I stream.
Look at this unified branding.
Space. Yeah, I stream
Crazy.
space games and space game accessories Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Till usually about 11 Pacific, and on Fridays I stream 8 p.m. to about midnight Pacific, which is, if I remember correctly, is 10 p.m. Eastern or like 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And you can also find me on YouTube under the Astro Pub. All of the branding is under the Astro Pub. So
Good
Nice.
job on the branding.
Unified branding. That's how we do it.
Well done.
I wish we had at INN. That'd be nice.
Yeah. It's kind of a common acronym though. It
You know
being
what?
an in.
You know
how about
what?
Interstellar News Network?
You know what? Who has the Twitter account INN?
I don't
The
know.
Institute for Nonprofit News.
Fuck 'em.
They're
Yeah.
verified.
Oh wow. Impressive.
Impressive. All right, so
Okay, fun little anecdote. I actually ran. So, there's a thing we're in called. We have a partnership with Discord. We're part of their
here
partnership
we go.
program.
He's flaunting his partnerships that he got. Here he
Yes.
goes.
I'm shutting
fancy.
down.
No, listen. And so, I didn't tell you guys this story. So, the Discord partnership server opened up the other day, and we all got pulled in. And there's a lot of cool content creators in there. I got to talk to a lot of cool people. But I had a conversation with a guy. And he's like, "Wait, what do you run?" And I was like, "I run this thing, Imperial News.network." He's like, "Oh shit!" He let me to his. He has a fan site that it's currently in beta right now, so I'm not linking or anything. For a Blade and Soul fan site, which is
Oh,
MMO,
wow, okay.
called Imperial News. I was like, "Well, good luck,
Well,
buddy."
Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
We got that one on lock.
Yeah. It's ours. What do we have this week?
Dolvac.
What do we have this week? We have a week review happening like right now.
Right
David,
now.
where's that?
It's almost ready to go up. I just have
Christ,
to do some
David.
formatting.
Get your shit together.
You know what? You know what? No, Dolak, it's up on the site as a draft. You can finish editing and putting it up because I have to go make dinner and die.
It's really weird seeing people reference our acronym.
Whoa.
What?
Hey, David.
Yeah.
Can you look at this thing?
What thing?
Someone did a thing.
Oh god.
Apparently. Needs confirming.
Okay. Anyway, just
Hey,
keep it going.
if I confirm it, I'll put it in the video.
Jesus Christ, keep going.
Hang on.
Jesus
All right,
Christ, people.
I'm gonna keep going. So,
Oh my
some
God.
other stuff we got coming out this week. If you have not seen, Shiver's review of XCOM 2, please go check that out. It's very good. Shiver slaved away at XCOM 2, ramming his head into that just utter mess of a game, and and he reviewed it. I am planning on doing a review of The Division. However, I don't know if I'm going to do a standard written review because I feel like I need to spend a lot of time with it.
Yeah.
And for our opinions to be timely, that won't happen.
It's going to take a while before. Here's
what
the
I think I will do is at some point this week, I'm going to do a live stream of The Division. And I'm going to play a little bit of the game. I'm going to record it, and I'm going to talk about what I think of the game.
All right, CCT. One thing I really hope you do. There's a lot of reviews I've seen of The Division. They got to like the 3rd level and then they quit. Like they got to about like level 8 and they were like, "Meh, I'm done. This is what I'm gonna review."
See, that's what we will not do.
Yeah,
that's
no.
I'm
That's
saying
not
if I
journalism.
review it at all, it's going to be a long time before I can properly review this.
That's like getting to level 10 in World of Warcraft and being like, I've seen Endgame and quitting. It's like, no.
It's
just
a
a
good
lot-
game so far, though.
yeah. I've been playing too much of it on my stream.
Yeah.
For a space game streamer, I've been sucked into it. So I'm going to be streaming it on the weekends when when I don't have scheduled streams. So
CCT, I can confirm.
Okay. How do I pronounce your name? Tobitege? Tobitege. He made a donation to PayPal. Thank you, my friend. You are the best.
Thank you very much, Tobitege.
If you want to support us, you can go here.
Or click the button down below that says support.
Yes, we do have a support button down below the stream.
All money goes back into the INN money hole where we don't see
because
any of
we
it,
are so far in the red that it is insane. You can also go to patreon.com/Imperial News Network if you want to help us out on a more regular basis. You can also do one-time donations through Patreon.
Or Patreon, yes.
Or PayPal. Which is what Tobitej just did. He's the man. Helps us. It's going to help us all get to CitizenCon and help us have coverage for that. It really, what all of that is for is to help us get to events.
Yeah. And to pay for the monthly servers.
Speaking of which, INN is going to be at PAX East, in case you guys didn't know. If you're going to be at PAX East, please look out for us. Come say hi.
We'll be on the floor. We're going to have a get-together.
Back in the nose.
We're probably going to have a get-together the Thursday before
we are going to let you know details on that, where it's going to be, all of that good stuff. And we'll be around. Test is doing a thing, apparently, so we're probably going to be there.
Crash.
There's a lot of
Star Citizen stuff going on.
Test gaming, Bad News
CIG's not
Gaming.
even there.
And CIG's not even there. Yeah, I think a lot of people scheduled to go to the PAXs this year because they had the ability to, thinking that Star Citizen, that CIG would be going to some of these, they didn't. So
also,
we're making our own.
I love how the community is so great. The community is so great that like CG doesn't even have to show up. Goddamn, we'll still make Star Citizen have a presence there.
Yeah.
You can't stop us. You can't stop it.
Can't stop the
So
machine.
real quick, our coverage is going to be from the floor. We don't know how much coverage we are going to get from the floor itself, but we are going to talk about the games we played. We are going to have daily videos coming out every single day that we're at PAX, talking about some of the cool things that we saw.
Podcast review stuff going.
All that good stuff.
Talk about everything.
So we're going to get as much
later
content as we
today.
can.
Bleh.
Later today, weekly summary. Tomorrow.
No, hey, yo.
What?
I'm going to get to the regular scheduled stuff later. Coming up this week.
Nothing else special's happening.
Actually, yes.
God.
There is going to be an MVP interview this week, as per usual. However,
That's regular.
what makes it special is
Don't
that
spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'm gonna spoil it. This is where we talk about stuff coming up, right
It's
here.
funny,
right here.
though.
Last 10 minutes of the podcast, right here. Coming up,
Nugget.
as you all know, us INN peeps won MVP a couple weeks ago. So we're gonna have a video / audio interview from Silence Dolvac.
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're gonna have an interview where Silence interviews the old blood and the new blood
Of INN transcripts.
of INN transcripting. So it's Nakara and Canadian Syrup. It was a really good interview, amidst some hilariously bad audio issues that I will fix, I promise. So keep an eye out for that. I think we're shooting to have it up Thursday.
It's like weirdly egotistical that we started like the MVP interview series and immediately got MVP.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I don't know.
It's not weird. It's fate.
Yep.
We did go about a year doing what we've done without getting
getting
MVP,
MVP.
without getting any recognition. And then the second we start recognizing the other MVPs, we get recognized.
But also, this week is the typical happenings. We got Fiction today or tomorrow. Do we have Fiction
Not
tomorrow?
sure if there's Fiction Sunday. I
There
don't
will be Fiction
know
on
about that.
Wednesday.
Wednesday Fiction this week is Props.
Props for props.
Props for props. Also Wednesday, 7 p.m. UTC on the base. Shiver is streaming his show. Shiver now has a show on the base, so check him out.
Go
7
listen
p.m.
to his
UTC
British
on the
voice.
base. Yep. Monday, 10 for the chairman.
Yep.
Standard.
And
Tuesday,
then ATV RTV yo.
Tuesday there'll be, I believe, another "Why Should I Fly" segment by Fourth Oracle. Also Tuesday, new stream Wave 10. Tuesday, March 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That'll
Check
be
it out.
That'll be, I believe it's Canadian Syrup, Stormy, and Shiver all hanging out. So check that out. That's on Tuesday. And
Sir Acid as producer extraordinaire.
yep, Acid is producer. Thursday, ATV. Friday, RTV. And Saturday, right back here. And you know what? Next week, I'm going to give away a game.
Oh,
Star Citizen or a game?
what game?
A game. Just a game. I do
Pick
have
one.
a large list of games.
Okay.
What do you think?
A random Steam game, sure.
A random Steam game will be given away
So,
next week.
we're gonna give it away to someone who listens to the. We have multiple games to give away. Yes.
Yes.
I don't want our other listeners to be sad.
We
So,
have multiple games.
We're gonna give away a game for the people who listen to us live on Twitch. And we're also gonna give away to the people, who listen to the recording. You will do so probably by leaving a comment on INN.
Yes. Multiple games to be given away next week, so
Yes.
stay tuned. And with that,
Yes.
Paul,
Come on back.
thank you
Guys.
for being on.
Thank you, Mr.
So I was
Pub,
reading the chat.
Mr. Paul Astro.
Yeah, it's always love to be here. I always come back. Big supporter of INN. I have been
Pub the
following you guys
Astro.
since you guys have started. So,
Paul Pub.
if you are watching this right now on Twitch, you should hit the follow button if you haven't already.
Yes.
because you want to come and watch these guys again.
No, don't support.
We
this.
can't do that. We can't.
No, watch it because only because I want you to torture these guys.
You know what?
These,
Thank
these
you.
gentlemen
Thank
need
you,
to be
Astro
tortured
Pub.
every
Please hit that
Saturday.
Don't do that.
And follow them because
You're
because I
just
want you to-
encouraging us.
I'm trying to suck them into Twitch, and
There
then
is no
they
life
can't
left.
leave.
There
Yeah.
is.
can't
It's
leave.
over. It's
I'm
over.
trying to make them to my
Subscribe
level.
on
like that.
YouTube. Follow us on SoundCloud. Sign up for our newsletter. See you later, everybody.
Go harass.
See you in the
See you
verse.
all in the verse.
Go harass Shelly.
Bye.
Call him Shelly.